So there seems to be a supply chain problem. And I keep talking, but no one's listening. That's fine. I really don't care. I'll keep doing this. Like I said before, when companies can produce their products, the price goes up. When companies can't produce their products, the price goes up. You dumbasses will call this supply and demand, except supply and demand is complete bullshit because you're the only person supplying the money and demanding higher prices. You don't believe me? It's very simple. Everybody pick one company. Stop buying their products. See what happens. I don't know how many ways to say this. And if you believe that Donald Trump and Republicans kept prices down and kept inflation down and they kept shelves stocked, and you believe that Biden is the reason why prices are up and inflation is up and shelves are empty, then you believe in some kind of ism. And that's not capitalism, because that's not how capitalism works. The government is not a business. The country is not a business. You believe in some kind of ism if you think that the government is controlling things like that. I don't know how many ways to say this. All my videos are connected. I've done all these videos already. I don't know how much to tell you. Like I said, when they can produce their products, the price goes up. When they can't produce their product, the price goes up. The word sale very simply means that this is the price we could have sold it to you for in the first place. We just knew you dumbasses would pay more, so we charged you more. And the word clearance should always be spelled with a middle finger at the beginning of it and a middle finger at the end of it. I don't know how many more ways to tell you people this. I really don't. Raising minimum wage doesn't do a damn thing if the cost of living goes up twice as fast. Raising minimum wage only helps until it's time to raise minimum wage again. The child tax credit, the child tax credit only works if you have children of a certain age. Cancel student debt. Education should have never been for profit in the first place, but I've already done the videos on education. I've explained that already. Etc., etc. I can really go on, but I've done these videos already. I've pretty much talked them into the ground. People will go, well, what about inflation? Isn't it amazing how inflation was under control until this point? Isn't it amazing how during a pandemic and a shutdown, and I say shutdown with quotes because it wasn't really a shutdown, let's be honest. The economy was still flowing. There was still money going through the system. You know how I know that? Because millionaires and billionaires made millions and billions. Isn't that amazing? All this time, inflation was under control. But until the poorer side of society, and I want you to take a look at that, go through history and look at it. When the poorer side of society begins to make a little bit more money, that's when inflation kicks in. I've said it before. I'm amazed that inflation only seems to work when it comes to money. Pump more money into the system, it loses value. Pump more clothes into the system, it doesn't lose value. Prices go up. Pump more cars into the system, prices go up. Build more homes, more buildings, real estate prices go up. You're being scammed, you're being conned your entire life. I don't know what to tell you. You don't want to live in a socialist country. You don't want to live in a communist country. You don't want to live in a dis country. Capitalism is a system for you. North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, Russia, etc., etc. All these countries that are socialist and capitalist, guess what? Are socialist and communist? They still have capitalism. They still sell products. That's what capitalism is. It's the exchange of goods and services for money. Well, something of value. Today's day, it's money. It's just that some people are better at capitalism than other people. Someone tried to make the point, well, we sell our companies our time. which is completely just, I guess they thought they were making a point, except it's not true, because the company that hires you is the one who sets the price. So how are you selling anything if they're setting the price? You've been scammed and conned your entire life. I don't know. I really don't know how many more ways to say these things. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why can't you see this? Our economy is based on you buying crap you don't need. If we bought stuff that we and let's be all pretend to be mature adults listening to this right now. We know the difference between luxuries and necessities. I saw a video where a woman got something happened. She was towing a boat and something happened with the back tire on the tow. And there was smoke coming out of it and everything. And she says, I can't catch a break. And I'm like, you own a boat. You can't catch a break? This is the mentality that people have. You own a boat for luxury and you can't catch a break. I don't know how many more ways to say this to people. I really don't. But like I said before, nobody really cares until shit happens to them. It's not until you're facing eviction that you care about homelessness. It's not until your child's school gets shot up that you care about guns. You might see these stories on the news and you'll feel a little bad about it. But 5 seconds later, let's be honest, you'll move on to whatever it is going on in your life. Which is kind of weird for a world full of God people, let's be honest. You realize that everything you pray to God for, the only thing you pray to God for is money. Before one of you dumbasses says, no, I pray for my family and health and strength, that all takes money. For one of you bigger dumbasses goes, well, I pray and give God thanks for my blessings. All your blessings took money. I don't know how many more ways to say this. I really, really don't. And people tell me that I come off angry in my videos, so I try to stay calm. But this shit does piss me off. Products that cost $10 to make are sold for hundreds. You want to know why rich people keep getting richer? Because you keep buying crap you don't need. I don't know how many more ways to say this. I really don't. This is getting frustrating. So I'll end this video by repeating myself again. The real answer, the only way to ever solve any of this is through real estate. Real estate is the key to everything, and I mean everything. Politics, education, police brutality, racial tension, all of it, everything. Whatever you can think of it, it's all revolves around real estate. Somebody tried to argue with me about this, and I had to explain to them that real estate is the reason politics is the way it is, because it's gerrymandered. So they said, no, it's not. And then they sent me, because I explained how districts are drawn up. If you know how districts are drawn up, you'll understand. So they sent me a picture of a Democrat county that looked like a weird rectangle. And then they sent me a picture of a Republican county that literally looked like Captain Hook's hand with the hook. And I was just amazed and had to ask, what the hell point were you proving with this? And of course, I have yet to hear a response. Lowering the cost of living is the only answer. Raising minimum wage doesn't do a damn thing until it's time to raise minimum wage again. I've already explained supply and demand. I've already explained inflation. So check out my other videos on that. Okay? Once you get to a point where your household only needs one income, that's when you'll start to solve problems. Once people can truly live whatever they feel like, that's when you'll start to solve problems. Now, of course, I'm going to get pushback. And let me tell you, real estate people, something out there. I can always tell when you're in real estate by the way you answer me. So you can come at me with whatever you want. I've dealt with you people before. I'll keep dealing with you. Because there are things in this world that really should not be for profit. You can make profit off of it, but not huge profits the way people are making. Like I said, I don't know how many more ways to say this. I'm going to keep saying it, though, because it needs to be said. And whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, or you're red, or you're blue, or you're Trump, or you're Biden, or you're left, or you're right, let me tell you something. You're all taking it straight up the middle.